Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into a really specific personal account. It's about biohacking, but through, well, coffee.
Yeah, specifically this Danger Coffee. We've got a blog post from someone who incorporated it into their daily routine.
Right. And our mission here is to kind of unpack the claims, get into the reasoning behind why someone would do this based on this person's experience.
Exactly. It's less about endorsing it, more about understanding the why from a biohacking perspective, using this personal story.
So, Danger Coffee. It's from Dave Asprey, who people might know from Bulletproof Coffee fame.
That's right. He's a big name in that whole biohacking optimization space.
And the blog post makes it clear this isn't just about caffeine. It's framed as something that supports the body, like from the inside.
hmm More than just a wake-up call. The intention behind it seems to be a key part of the pitch.
Definitely. The author highlights two main differentiators. First, this idea of purity. It's apparently lab tested. To be free from things like mold, toxins, pesticides, stuff the author implies might be in, regular coffee.
Yeah, and that purity point is really big in biohacking circles. There's this focus on minimizing potential negatives.
Like mycotoxins, you hear about those.
Exactly. Those are mold byproducts, and there's concern they could impact like gut health or even brain function. So a clean coffee fits right into that mindset. Avoid the bad stuff.
Okay, makes sense. And the second big thing is minerals. It says Danger Coffee is infused with over 50 trace minerals and electrolytes. Things like magnesium, calcium, potassium.
Right. Sounds a bit odd at first. Minerals in your coffee.
Yeah. What's the thinking there?
Well, the rationale seems to be about replenishment. The
Yeah.
idea is that modern diets and maybe stress can deplete these micronutrients.
Ah, okay, so it's trying to put back what we might be missing.
Sort of, yeah.
Hmm.
And electrolytes like potassium are important for, hydration, nerve signals, things tied to energy and focus. So the coffee becomes this like delivery system.
Interesting. The author mentions their journey into biohacking, making these small lifestyle changes for better energy, focus, well-being, all that, led them to try this specific coffee. They were being more intentional, especially with their morning routine.
And that's classic biohacking, isn't it?
Oh.
That intentionality, looking at every little input, especially things you do daily, like your
Yeah.
morning coffee. It's about optimizing.
Said they made the switch. What did they actually report feeling? The blog post mentions smoother energy, less of a crash.
Yeah, sustained energy without the jitters. That's a common goal, right?
Yeah.
Avoiding that typical caffeine spike and then the drop off.
Could that be the minerals? Or the lack of the bad stuff?
Could be both.
Yeah.
The absence of potential irritants like mold, plus maybe the electrolytes helping with hydration and balance. It's hard to isolate, but that's the claim.
They also said less brain fog, better focus, and this interesting feeling of like their body getting actual nutrients from the coffee.
Hmm, that's subjective, obviously, but it points to feeling perhaps more balance or support, not just stimulated by caffeine alone. It aligns with the idea of the minerals contributing something tangible.
And the author also felt it just contributed to a healthier, more intentional morning overall. Like the act of choosing it mattered.
That psychological component is real too. Making a conscious choice that you believe is good for you can definitely impact how you feel about your routine and, well, your whole day.
So it ties back to that purity claim starting clean and the minerals potentially supporting brain function and energy levels.
Exactly. That's the core narrative presented in the blog post. Clean source, added beneficial elements.
Okay, so wrapping this up, for anyone listening, maybe the takeaway isn't necessarily about this specific coffee, but about intentionality.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm.
It prompts you to think, what small choices are you making every day? Even something simple like your morning drink.
Could looking closer at the ingredients, the sourcing, the why behind even simple habits, could that have a bigger impact than we think?
Yeah, definitely food for thought. Or coffee for thought, maybe. Just considering the potential ripple effects of those small daily decisions on overall well-being.